Hi everyone, this is your math guru. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the following power and roots question by applying various exponential laws. Please don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button below for more easy to understand math concepts. We have simplified the following expressions completely without the use of a calculator. We must take note of the statement without the use of a calculator, meaning we have to show all our steps. For 2.2.1 or 2.1.1, I start with 9x squared all raised to the power of negative 1 over 2 or half divided by 9x to the power of negative 2. I will start by applying the laws of exponents that says that if I have a negative exponent, a to the power of negative x, to make it positive, the negative becomes a fraction bar, so it becomes 1 over a to the power of positive x. So therefore, I'm going to start by changing my numerator into a positive exponent. So therefore, that will give me 1 divided by, if I take it to the bottom, I have 9x squared all raised to the power of positive 1 over 2 becomes positive, multiplying 9x to the power of negative 2. The next step is to expand the bracket by applying the laws of exponents, that's power to power, which states that if I have a to the power of x raised to another power, what it means is a to the power of x times y, which is a to the power of xy. So therefore, I'll start with 9x squared all raised to the power of half, and that will give me 9. Every term in the bracket will be raised to half. I start with 1 divided by 9 to the power of half times x squared raised to the power of half times, I have my 9, I'm going to break that down, times x to the power of negative 2. The next step is to simplify all the terms with the power of half by getting rid of the brackets. When I have a to the power of half, if I want to write it in root form or surd form, index to surd, that will be root of a. If I have a to the power of 1 over 3, that will be the third root of a, and so on. So therefore, changing 9 to the power of half is the same thing as the square root of 9, which is 3. Then the power to power, x squared to the power of half, that will be half times, I'm going to multiply this, and that will give me 1. So that's x to the power of 1 times 9 times x to the power of negative 2. The next step is to group my common terms. I have the base of x and the base of x. If I'm multiplying with the same base, then lots of exponents says I'm going to add the powers. So that will be 1 over 3 times 9, that's 27, times x to the power of 1 minus 2, that's minus 1. And to make that positive, I'm going to take it to the top to make it a positive exponent, so that will be x over 27. The next one says root of 8k to the power of 4 minus root of 98k to the power of 4, all divided by root of 25k squared. To solve, I will start by splitting up my root sign. It says if I have square root of a times b is the same as the square root of a times the square root of b. So splitting up each of the terms, I have root of 8 multiplying root of k to the power of 4 minus root of 98 times root of k to the power of 4 divided by root of 25, that's 5k squared. The next step, I'm going to calculate, starting with the root of 8 is the same as root of 4 times 2, which is root of 4 times root of 2, which is 2 root 2. You can check the videos below in the comment section on how to simplify surds. So therefore, my 8 will be 2 root 2. And then to find the square root of k to the power of 4 is the same as k to the power of 4. If I'm changing it to index form, root becomes power of half. And if I multiply 4 by half, that will be k squared. So that will be 2 root 2 times k squared minus, I'm going to do the same thing for 98. To change that or simplify, I have root of 98 is the same as root of 49 times 2, which is root of 49 times root of 2, which is 7 root 2. So therefore, 98 becomes 7 root 2 times root of k4, like I explained earlier, that's k squared, all divided by 5k squared. If you look at each of the terms, there's a common factor. So taking out my common factor at the top, that's k squared, I'm left with 2 root 2 minus 7 root 2 divided by, I take out k squared, that's 5, k squared divided by k squared, that's 1, and also because I have the same term under my root sign, that's common to both terms at the top, so I have 2 root 2 minus 7 root 2 becomes minus 5 root 2 divided by 5, and 5 divided by 5 is 1, so therefore my final answer will be negative root 2. For the second part of the question, I'm to solve for x. The first one says x to the power of negative 3 over 2 equals 125. In order to take out my negative 3 over 2, I need a value that will make that 1, and that is multiplying by the inverse. So if I multiply by the inverse, I'm going to have x to the power of negative 3 over 2 raised to the inverse, which is negative 2 over 3, equals whatever you do on your left, you do on the right. So I have 125 also raised to the inverse, like I did on my left hand side, 2 over 3. Note that negative 3 over 2 times negative 2 over 3 equals 1. The aim is to change the exponent of x to 1. So if this gives me 1, on my left hand side I'm left with x to the power of 1 equals, on my right hand side I'll start by making that a positive exponent, and like I explained in the first part of the question, a to the power of negative x, to make it positive, will be 1 over a to the power of positive x. So if I take my 125 to be my denominator, that'll be 125 to the power of positive 2 over 3. 125, I'm going to write that in exponential form using my prime factorization. So I have x equals 1 over, this becomes 5 to the power of 3 multiplying 2 over 3. And power to power rule says 3 times 2 over 3, therefore my x equals 1 over 5 squared. 2 over 3 times 3 is 2, which is equal to 1 over 25. So the value of x here will be 1 over 25. The next one, I have 2.2 p to the power of x times p to the power of 2 over x divided by p to the power of 5 minus x, all equal to 1. We have to solve for x. I have different method. I can either simplify my left hand side and then equate to 1, or I can easily cross multiply such that if I choose to simplify the left hand side first, all the base are the same, that's p, so simplifying the numerator, because the base are the same and I'm multiplying, I'm going to add the powers, so that's x plus 2 over x. Dividing with the same base, I subtract the power, so that's minus, I'm going to put that in the bracket because it's an expression, equals to 1. Then I have p to the power of x plus 2 over x minus 5 plus x equals to 1. On my right hand side, any number of variable raised to the power of 0 is 1. So I'm going to do the same here. I have p x plus x, 2x plus 2 over x minus 5 equals p to the power of 0. And once I can make the base the same on both sides, then I can equate the power. That will give me 2x plus 2 over x minus 5 equals to 0. To make it a linear equation, I have my LCD, or the lowest common denominator, that's x. So multiplying each of the terms by my LCD, I'm left with 2x squared minus 5x. I'm rearranging it so that it can be like standard quadratic equation, equals to 0. To solve for x, I'm going to factorize my left hand side. Factorizing, that will be 2x minus 1, x minus 2. So therefore, 2x minus 1 equals to 0. X will be half, or x minus 2 equals to 0. X equals to positive 2. So for this exponential equation, x is either half or x is equal to positive 2. For the last part of the question, we have x minus 4 divided by root x minus 2 equals 5a to the power of 0. The laws of exponents says that any number or variable raised to 0 or power of 0 is equal to 1. So therefore, I have x minus 4 over root of x minus 2 is equal to 5 times 1, which is 5. Whole number divided by 1 to make that a fraction. So from here, I'm going to cross multiply, and cross multiplying means I have 5 times root of x minus 2 is equal to 1 times x minus 4. If I expand the bracket, I have 5 root x minus 10 equals x minus 4. What I've done is to use the 5 to multiply all the terms in the bracket, and from here I have 5 root x. I'm going to move my negative 10 to the right hand side, it becomes positive, and that will give me x plus 6. To get rid of my root sign, I'm going to square both sides of the equation. And squaring both sides of the equation, on my left hand side, I have 25x equals square of x plus 6 will give me x squared plus 12x plus 36. If I'm moving all the terms to one side to make it a quadratic equation, I have x squared plus 12x minus 25x plus 36 equals to 0. X squared minus 13x plus 36 equals to 0. And if I factor my left hand side, I'm going to have x minus 9 multiplying x minus 4. Therefore, the value of x, I have x minus 9 equals to 0. Therefore, x is equal to positive 9. Or x minus 4 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals to positive 4. So for the last question, x is equal to 9 or x equals to 4. Thanks for watching. Bye.